Hello and welcome to another video. At the moment we're just over 25 k's out of Esperance and we're heading along the Dempster Road. It's a bit overcast today, unfortunately. I was hoping for some better weather, but that's the way it goes. So my plan is to follow the old Fraser Range Road all the way up to the old Dempster's homestead up near the Eyre Highway. So in the 1870s, the Dempsters, who were the founders of Esperance, left their homestead here and cut a track all the way up to their new partial lease, which was Fraser Range. Now we're about 40 k's from Esperance now, and we've just finished with the bitumen over here, and we've just come to the gravel road. And yeah, look, it's been graded. That's pretty good. The grade is just up there, about 500 metres, 400 metres. So this is the sign here. I was just warning us about the hazardous conditions ahead, and you know, be careful. So that I will. Big washaways on the track in. Luckily there hasn't been too much rain. So we're at Mount Ridley now, which is quite an impressive looking mountain. It's just pity it's so overcast, but yeah, there's art sites there, Aboriginal art sites. There's a whole lot of caves that are just begging to be explored, and there's amazing rock formations as well. And here's a historical well that the Dempsters would have used in the 1870s, so let's have a look at that. It's dry. Well, I mean, it's damp. So we're about 8 kilometres from Mount Ridley now. I'll reset the odometer there. And yeah, we've come to this track here. So this track here is a continuation of the Fraser Range Track. So yeah, don't forget to turn off. So this is where we turn off the Dempster Road for the first time. And I don't know where the Dempster Road goes. It's not where we're going anyway. So we'll go up this way. The track's really changed to this white sand. It's almost like beach sand, you know, mixed with a few sticks and twigs and things like that. Now, also I just crossed a shot line perpendicular to where I'm travelling now, up the track, which is on a due north course at the moment. Yeah, when you come across intersection like that, pretty well on this track, just keep going straight unless it's blatantly obvious, you know, that the track is veering off. Doing about 40 kilometres an hour now, which is a reasonable speed at this stage. Well, this had to happen. Here's our first little puddle for the trip. So I have to drive down this now. All right, just slowly go through. Don't spin the wheels. Don't spin the wheels, Al. That's it. No worries. Oh. Yeah, well, I wonder how many puddles like this are going to be along the way. We're still getting, it's still drizzling and sprinkling rain. So we're at a point about 27 kilometres from Mount Ridley now, and this point here, although the road just doesn't look like there's any change, this actually is the point where this is very close to the original track now from here on, and back there was just sort of old council tracks, shot lines, that kind of thing, but now this is the real track. So it'll be like this, following pretty much the real Fraser Range road, which we'll call the Fraser Range Track from the way we're going now, all the way up to near the Eyre Highway, and just near the end of the Dundas Nature Reserve. The bush just gets too thick when you get into Southern Hills Station, and so rather than do a whole new trip, I'll just sort of take the bypass out to the Eyre Highway there. Anyway, that's a bit of info for you. Now we're coming up to a feature, our first real feature, I guess, isn't it? Called Dingo Rock. The turn-off is just up here. There it is. Right, so we'll turn off here. And go along this track. Now, can't say a lot of people would come down here, to be honest. So I am pretty amazed at the state of the track. So here's Dingo Rock here. There's a bit of a pecan there, and all this water here, which is pretty good. It's only surface water. I don't think there's any nammers here, but that's all right. That'll last for, wow, probably a week or so. Once all this weather blows over, it's probably going to heat up again, so I can't see it lasting for that long. But yeah, there's plenty of camping in the area if you want to camp here. Yeah, so give it a go. So that's Dingo Rock. So I'm just a couple of kilometres now from the turn-off to Dingo Rock, further north up the road. We've come to a location called First Tank. Now, I'm not sure why it's called First Tank. The first mention of it was by surveyor Aubrey Newman in 1893, who called it First Tank. But the reason I've come here is because just right off the track here is a tank, a really old tank. So I was a bit lucky I saw this actually, because it is pretty thick vegetation, but look, that's one of the original tanks there, probably one of the ones that perhaps Aubrey Newman was mentioning in 1893, I don't know. But yeah, it is interesting because it is marked on the old maps as First Tank in this approximate location. So there may be other things around, but this looks like the real thing here. So it hasn't rained for about half an hour now, so it's quite nice. A little bit humid, probably around 28 degrees Celsius, I guess so. Yeah, so I'm glad the track's like it is. There hasn't been too many puddles after that big, well, that puddle this morning. There's been a few minor ones, but the first one has been the biggest so far. Oh well, I spoke too soon. No sooner than I said that, and this great big long puddle comes up. Anyway, we'll give this one a go, I guess. I've got no choice really. Have to go. Oh, it'll be alright. It's not that bad. Yeah, but well, that's number 2 out of the way. So we'll see what's going on up ahead, eh? We've reached a T junction now. Now this part of the T here, the long part of the T, this was put in here by some sort of mining company, maybe a drilling company or something like that. I think this comes out at the farmland east of Salmon Gums. I'm not sure, but there's a sign here saying exit this way. So I'm assuming that, yeah, you can get out to the main highway or near Salmon Gums down that way. But yeah, we'll still head up here. We're about 49 kilometres now north of along the track from Mount Ridley. So yeah, and we'll just keep going up here. Ta-da! Puddle number 3. No worries. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, no worries. No, the ground's pretty hard, eh? We're at another T junction now. We're about 72 kilometres now from Mount Ridley. Right here is the this track here. Part of the T junction is the track to COWALINYA, and 12 k's down the track here. That's a nice outcrop. Brazier went there in 1893 and called it COWALINYA. Well, there's actually a pool there, COWALINYA Pool, and it's not actually anything to do with the Fraser Range Track, but because it's such a nice outcrop and it's not too far away, only 12 k's, I thought I'd take you down there and show you. We've come 10 kilometres now down that track since the turn-off, and there's a track to COWALINYA Pool just there, so we'll take that track. There is another track that goes for ages and ages down this way. That goes for miles and miles. That is like an exit route, I think. I wouldn't go down there under normal circumstances though. I think it might be a bit rough. Anyway, we'll head up the track now. The track's in good condition, but there's a lot of dead wood strewn across the track. So I'm just driving over it. There hasn't been any really big bits yet. A bit rough at the northern end of the track here. So don't come through really fast. Well, good morning. It's still overcast, unfortunately. There was a bit of rain and drizzle overnight. Getting a slight bit of drizzle now, but it's not too bad. So here I am on top of COWALINYA Hill, where the pool is. You can see there's a nice pool here. It sort of had some man-made influence to make this hold water more, which is quite amazing. For instance, here's this Nama here, and it's been modified, as you can see. It's quite amazing, really. So in times of, you know, dry weather or drought, they've modified this Nama just so that it collects more water, and then later on, when there's a bit of rain, it all sort of flows down into this basin here. And you can see you can see the line of where the water gets up to. Like, so when it's full, it would really hold a considerable amount, which is pretty good. This rock is quite spectacular. It's got amazing geological formations on it, which I haven't really seen before. Like, it's a lot of weird weathering. A geologist would love to spend some time up here, I reckon. Oh, now there's the cairn. That's Brazier's cairn from 1893. So you can see his mark there. A broad arrow and a B for Brazier. Put that back there. Well, just on the track now from COWALINYA to the main intersection at Fraser Range Track again. So yeah, it's a bit overcast, still raining a little bit. I've got the wipers on intermittent here. So after that intersection, there's not a lot to see on the track, apart from the twigs and stuff. But no, there's not much to see on the actual track as far as features go. The next feature, I think, is about 40 k's away down the track, Clear Streak Well. Yeah, so just sit back and enjoy the drive. We're just almost at Clear Streak Well now, so not too far to go now. Yeah, just be careful on the track here. You can see here there's pretty big holes here. Yeah, I'll put some flagging tape up here and a post here just to sort of warn you. But yeah, just if you come across here at full speed, mate, you're going to get some air, I reckon. So yeah, just be careful, eh? Yeah, so we're just at Clear Streak Well now. It's about 60 metres off the road here. So yeah, obviously it's a bit of a boggy patch here when in times of real rain. But yeah, let's go and have a look, eh? So this is the well here. It's all fallen in now. Hasn't been used for a long time. You can just see it from the road. But yeah, this was visited by David Lindsay in 1891 when he came over from South Australia, and also Aubrey Newman in 1893, he mentioned this. And you can see here too is some troughing just from a leftover from when they used to feed the animals from the well. So that's pretty interesting, and you know, they've been there obviously for a long while. So yeah, I mean, there might be other stuff around here that I haven't seen yet, but yeah, this is definitely the well, because you can see all the diggings just here, which have come out of the well. So yeah, that's it right here. But yeah, there's no visible sign of any stone work or anything like that. Anyway, that's Clear Streak Well. So we're only just down the road now from Clear Streak Well, and we've come to this sort of old dam here. This used to be listed on the old maps as just tank, but yeah, some stage in the last, 100 years or so, they've dug out the whole area to be some sort of a dam. Now, so obviously the old tank's gone, but I did find an old tank a few hundred metres up the road, so I'll show you that. Yeah, so just off the road here is the tank. Now I think it's just been placed here. I don't think it was here historically. Probably the people who put it here was whoever built that dam, perhaps. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so heading north still up the track. Now it's been a pretty good track the whole time, really. I mean, you know, a couple of potential boggy spots there, but you know, I got through no worries, and it's been a nice, pleasant drive. Now we're only a few kilometres now to the intersection of the old Dundas telegraph line. So yeah, I'll stop there and have a look. So we're at the intersection now. So let's see, down this way to the west, we've got the Eyre Highway down that way, and to the east over this way we've got Balladonia Homestead right down the end, and then Balladonia Roadhouse. It's almost at the end, but you turn to the north or left at some stage and you get to the roadhouse. Anyway, we're going to go up here. So it's not far now till the Eyre Highway. There's one spot I want to show you on the way though. So let's go. Okay, now we're at a place called Little Jam Hill ROCKHOLE. Now I'm presuming that this is Little Jam Rock, but there's no doubt about the rock hole. Here it is here. Look at that. Yeah, so David Lindsay mentioned this in 1891 when he passed through. I don't know who built the dam though. Possibly the Dempsters. I'm not sure, but there's a good amount of water in there. It's a pretty nice wall too, isn't it? Yeah, but apart from that, there's a few sort of small bits of surface water around, but I sort of can't find any more nammers like this, but or rock hole as David Lindsay called it. Yeah, so there's plenty of camping here too. Lots of firewood if you so desire. But yeah, so that's Little Jam Hill ROCKHOLE. So we've come to an intersection now where it's the end of the actual original Fraser Range Track. So now we're just going to be going on to Nature Reserve tracks, well, the boundary of Nature Reserve. This here is the boundary of the Dundas Nature Reserve, going up here and down there. On the other side is the Southern Hills Pastoral Station. And this here is the original Fraser Range Track. But if you go up this track about a couple hundred metres or so, it gets really thick and you'll do damage to your vehicle. I don't even want to attempt it at this stage. So we'll go up this way. The Eyre Highway is just up here, and we'll end the video when we get to the Eyre Highway. So we're just turning into Southern Hills Road now. Left to the northwest. So we're pretty much only a few kilometres, well, 5 kilometres from the Eyre Highway now. So the track's almost done. So we're 198 kilometres from Mount Ridley, just out of Esperance there. So it is a fair run, and I think it's underappreciated. But yeah, maybe you can go and have a look. Now, down the end here on the Eyre Highway, there's some signs, a couple of signs that say, sort of give these phone numbers a ring to enter the track, etc. This is the Southern Hills Road that I'm on now. Now, all those phone numbers, the last time I checked, they were obsolete, but their operations are, I think it's mining, their operations are further down anyway, so we won't be affecting them. But what I do recommend is that you give the Southern Hills Pastoral Station a call, the station managers, just to let them know that you're coming along the boundary of their property on the northern end here. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll decide whether I'm going to head west or east when I hit the Eyre Highway. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.